Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going way better than fantastic. And your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. Now that I have that out of the way, today I wanted to continue on the subject from my previous video that talked about narcissism, societal narcissism, and how we are being trained as both women and men is totally working against us, and our very survival. Because you see, if we can pair up decent people, not perfect people, but decent people, if decent people can't pair, thus they can't reproduce, and thus you are left with evil in society. Complete evil. If you haven't watched the previous video on this channel, please hit pause and go back and watch it. Then come back here and watch this video. With that said, just to touch on things briefly, we did talk about how there are men that are decent, masculine, and they are trying to put their best foot forward. Just like there are women that are trying to do the same. However, these men though being masculine, if they show basic interest in a woman, no, not buying gift after gift and that kind of nonsense, which we will cover in another video, but just a man that might call after a date and let the woman know that he had a good time with her and he would like to set up another date with her. In the years past, that was seen as a good sign that things were progressing in the right direction. And women of today will say in a great amount of video content out there, that they look at such old-fashioned relationships with the hopes they can have that one day. One problem. One very very big problem. Most women, not all, but most women sadly have been exposed to some form of information that teaches them and pushes upon them to not be attracted to a man that does show this basic interest. And that if a man, even if he ticks all of the boxes, does something as simple as showing basic interest, he's thirsty, he's corny, and worst of all, he's a sucker that deserves to be used. Sound familiar? That's right. It sounds like the behavior and thought processes of the narcissist. But that is what is being pushed. Now a man like this has two choices. One, he learns how to play the game to fight narcissism with narcissism. And what I mean is listen to dating coaches that teaches techniques that mimic almost exactly what many narcissists use on their prey of choice. The second option is to walk away. To literally go no contact and walk away. So what are you left with? You are either left with one decent person pairing up with a narcissist, or you will have a man and a woman dating each other, both playing the role of and using the techniques of the narcissist, because that's what both have been taught by our society to be right in how they should have a so-called healthy relationship. Let me stop right there for a moment. Let me ask you a question. Or better yet, first, let me give you a scenario. You have a decent man and decent woman. They are married. They have been married for a handful of years now. They have a couple of children with each other as well. The wife in this scenario gets a great new job with a company that she's always wanted to work for. It's great. She's also making new cool girlfriends at this job. Her husband might even meet these women at Christmas parties and possibly a birthday party they both were invited to. So the husband thinks this is great. My wife is making new friends. And they seem to be really cool. But something is going on with this friendship. Narcissism is going on. And both the wife and the husband can't see it. This new friend or these new friends are using friendship and good deeds to lure this wife into some sort of trust and or bond with these people. So saying no to certain things will become harder and harder. Now 6 months into things. Yes. There is that 6-month marker again. 6 months into things. Invites go from birthday parties where the husband is invited to, or getting coffee or shopping every now and again, or helping with a house project, to ladies' night, or going to this new trendy nightclub. During this time frame, a popular show or shows might be on television that shows this over the top to good to be true life. Or the ladies out and about running the town, and getting whatever it is they want from life and from others. The wife might have already started to watch this show on her own. Or she might have been prompted to watch this show by her new friends. Again, the husband doesn't see anything wrong at this point. But now ladies' night is being brought up. Now, a few videos back, I talked about the love bombing cycle for both male and female narcissists. This is very important. No matter the narcissist be a male or female, they will use love bombing as a way to get you to feel obligated to them, and a way to trust this new person in your life. So when they switch up the game on you, no matter what that switch is, no matter if it's treating you poorly or asking you to do something that can ruin your life, they want you to be so taken aback that you won't be able to respond properly. Which means they have a higher chance of you just going along with whatever it is they want from you to do. Or you will be so addicted to the previous love bombing behavior you will simply comply with whatever this narcissist wants to hopefully get back to the good times. Well, this is what is happening here. Don't worry, we are going to get to the reason for this scenario in a moment. So ladies' night is brought up. No matter if the husband gets upset about it, or if he completely trusts things because he also trusts his wife's new friends. Ladies' night is going to happen. And it's going to happen again and again and again. And throughout this process, these new friends are going to slowly work on this man's wife, getting her to fall out of love with the very man she married and the very man she had children with. He's not good enough. He doesn't make enough money. He's not this and he's not that. And you can do so much better. And plus, you haven't dated much, girl. Don't you want to experiment and see what you are missing? So cheating soon follows. And soon enough the end of the relationship happens. That's right. A legal in court divorce happens. Now, why is this scenario so important? Why? Well, the importance comes from a question. And the question is, in this scenario, what happens to the husband? What happens to him? That's right. In most cases he will still lose his money. He will likely lose his home and the places he's lived at for years. And he will also in most cases lose access to his children. And because things are so far gone. And so is now the narcissism that has been instilled in the wife sadly by her new friends. She can't admit she was wrong and the narcissistic doubling down happens. Which means more court. And more money spent and more pain. Now here's the thing. This would be equally wrong if the roles were reversed. Because again, narcissists come in all genders, shapes, sizes, and backgrounds. Just because this sweet elderly man or woman down the street smiles and says hello every morning to you, it doesn't mean they are a decent person. They could be a narcissist for all you know. Just as easy as they could be a decent person. But please remember this. There are certain things in society that keep us divided and from helping one another. And that is marriage. Marriage was supposed to be a great thing given by God from Him to us. However, narcissists showed up like the fake friends saying they wanted to help us make it better. And the only thing we are left with is the broken mess that we have today. And this scenario is common. It's so common. And what has happened is the men with values and honor and decency. They have said, No, I can't end up like my friend that got married and his life's work was taken from him. Or I watched my father lose it all just like that to my mother. Or my uncle or my school teacher. Again. Narcissists are narcissists are narcissists. No matter they be man or woman. But. They will use whatever tools they have to get their prey item in their trap and in their control. And right now, it is downright scary. Downright scary for a man to sign a marriage contract with even a woman that seems to be kind and decent herself. Because he knows that if she changes, his life is ruined. His life is literally ruined. So what is left for the decent ladies out there if decent men are stepping away, or at least they aren't getting married like they used to? You are left with narcissists and or narcissist wannabe males that know how to play the game or that are learning how to play the game. And the game is narcissism. Not love. Not care. Not longevity. But narcissism. It's straight up narcissism. Look, you can be a man and be masculine and all of that, and still show interest in a woman you care about. But in today's society, that decent behavior has been flipped upon its head and is seen as weak. When just in the last video, we talked about macho, very masculine men in the past that were every bit masculine. But these guys would write love letters to their wives. They would speak on the phone with the woman they were suiting for an hour at a time nearly every night. And there was nothing seen as weak about these men. Now there is a difference between this and creepy, or leading with your wallet. But we are just talking about simple and basic interest. Simple interest. But today, if you even act like you like a woman, if you are a man, you are automatically seen as thirsty and weak and deserving of being used for what you have. By both men and women alike. You are laughed at and called corny. So, either they adapt to the way of the narcissist, or they step aside. Or the Most High blesses him with a decent woman that isn't into all of this mess. But that is very, very rare. You see, God helps those that helps themselves. And what that means is work needs to be done. Work. That means decent women out there. Even if it's for the decent men in your life like your brother or uncle or father. Do something positive that will make such a change. Even if it's using discernment. Discern between corny or needy and decent and strong. If a man is wishy-washy and doesn't know where he stands, that might be corny and that might be weak. But if he does know where he stands and he gets it, and he shows up to smile and say hello and show interest and he's not ignoring you, grab a clue. It might be time to vet and get to know this person and see if he's decent or if he's just playing a game instead of writing him off as corny. Now what if he is wishy-washy? But he is a kind and decent guy. Give this guy a gentle nudge. And let him know that women do not feel safe around men that don't have a firm handle on who and what they are. We aren't talking about money here. Because God can make a rich man poor and a poor man rich in the blink of an eye. But what we are talking about is character. Character. Society is beating these young men down. So the only thing women will be left with is evil. And evil will beget evil. You don't have to change the world. Nor should you try. But God is watching. Nudge some of these guys. And be sincere in doing so. You might be shocked. Some of these men might come out of their shell and turn into something great with the right positive words. And before you know it, you will have your kings back. And while this is happening, some of you might have the calling to say no more to this family court mess. It's a money-making scam set up to ruin people's lives and reward those that make evil and bad mistakes. Something needs to be done to positively fix this. The numbers show that children that grow up in broken homes have all kinds of problems. And the effects of depression and all kinds of problems from the two adults that go through such messes is off of the charts as well. You see, when positive nudges are given, and if the system is fixed, Narcissists will be the ones scared to get married. Not the decent people. And in this case decent men. And if it gets flipped back around, the decent men that walked away and that are tucked away safely in life that you can't see, they will start to come back out to be seen again. They will. Well, I think that is a great place to stop. Please tell me what you think as always. Keep the comments and questions coming. The interaction is great. Like, share and subscribe please. Every little bit helps. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.